Are you trying to start your investment journey but you have not started because you don't know which broker to choose from? Then you have to watch this video because I will review all the stockbrokers that I have used previously and share my own personal experience to review the pros and cons about each broker so that you can consider and consolidate it for you so that you don't have to. What's up guys, it's Christopher from Honey Money SG, and in this channel we are all about building financial knowledge, teach money saving hacks and also help you lead a fulfilling quality of life. So today let's go through all the brokers that I have used before, namely DBS Vickers, SCB Online Trading, Interactive Brokers, Tiger Brokers and Moomoo Brokers. So I will compare all the brokers that I've used using 3 factors. Number 1, brokerage rates. Are the commissions cheap and affordable, and is it value for money for the value of service that they provide? Number 2, the way they handle corporate actions. So corporate actions like rights issues, preferential offers, are they good enough to handle them? And number 3 is the mobile app user experience. Now as you all know, we have all been trading using our mobile phones most of the time because most of us are away from our laptops and computers. So the user friendliness and the user experience is very important on the mobile app. I am not going to compare on the sign up processes because most of them have almost the same sign up processes nowadays, where you can sign up for a broker online and then it will be live by a few working days. And I'm not going to talk about the desktop softwares because most of us don't trade on our computers right now. So I'll exclude any desktop software that comes with the brokers. Number 1, let's start with my first broker, DBS Vickers. So DBS Vickers is an online brokerage designed by the DBS Bank of Singapore, and it was the first broker that I signed up for because of the familiarity with DBS Bank. So here is the brokerage rates. For SGX, the brokerage rate is at 0.12% with a minimum commission of $10. Now this is for the cash upfront trading, so that means you need to have the cash available for trading, unlike other CDP brokers where you can prepare the cash 3 working days after you have placed the trade. So the good thing about DBS Vickers cash upfront trading is that the SGX stocks will all go into the central depository, also known as a CDP account. The opposite of CDP will be a custodian account, where the bank will have a separate arm and trustee to deal with the shareholdings in another account. So for your CDP stock holdings, you can all do your corporate actions via the ATM or the internet banking. It also means that you can sell off your shares from any other brokers which is supporting CDP trading. Also, you get your first-hand experience where you can attend your AGMs and cast a vote for the shareholders meeting. Not only that, if you use DBS Vickers to invest or trade, you will also qualify for the investment category under the DBS multiplier account, which can help you earn higher interest rates. Also, the DBS cash upfront trading can be linked to your existing DBS banking account, so you don't have to transfer funds from your banking account to your trading account. It will just be a direct link and a direct debit from the bank account. Now so far the DBS Vickers sounds really good, right? Cheap brokerage and good service. But the thing about the mobile app of DBS Vickers is that it's really pain in the butt to use the mobile app. It has a poor and old design, lags most of the time, and it's not user friendly. The design is also like what we see in the 1990s with no improvement in the user interface. I remember there was a time where I tried to place a trade, but because of the design being it so user unfriendly, I actually missed the trade by a few minutes and resulted in greater losses. So a good mobile trading app is more important than you think, especially in the essence of time. Also, for the cash upfront trading, although the buy has a min commission of $10, the sell will have a min commission of $25. So you will need another broker to actually cast out your sell trades, such as FSM1, where you can sell out your CDP shareholdings for as low as $10. Otherwise, if you sell through the DBS Vickers app, you will still be charged a minimum of $25. And the last thing not so good about DBS Vickers is that it does not have a live prices, at least for free. So most of the prices that you see on the app are mainly delayed. And as of now, I'm not using my DBS Vickers app anymore. The second broker that I use is the Standard Chartered Online Trading. Now for brokerage fees, the Standard Chartered Online Trading actually charges 0.2% with a minimum commission of $10. This is for the non-priority customers of Standard Chartered Bank, but if you are a priority customer, you can get to enjoy as low as 0.18% and no minimum commission. Similar to DBS, in order to enjoy such low rates, you need to have cash funded at the online equity trading account of SCB, and they have a relatively good vanilla mobile trading app, so it does all the simple things that you need. If you want to place a buy trade or sell trade, you can all do it via the app. Also, one more good thing about Standard Chartered Online Trading is that the investments that you hold under your Standard Chartered custodian account will be qualified as assets under management should you want to go for priority banking. So the criteria for priority banking is to have 200,000 Singapore dollars of assets under management, and stock holdings under Standard Chartered can be considered as eligible assets. Now, the not so good thing about Standard Chartered online trading is that it is ultimately a custodian broker. So what does a custodian broker means? For custodian brokers, the shares are held in trust of the bank or the nominee, even though the clients are the beneficial owners of these assets. So in the unlikely event that the bank becomes insolvent, such securities held on trust are not subject to the claims of the bank's creditors. So this is because the securities are held on trust by the bank or its nominees as custodian and are kept separate from the bank assets. So you don't have to worry too much about a custodian broker in Singapore or afraid of a bank run. So unlike a CDP broker, your corporate actions are all handled by Standard Chartered Bank, which means you have a smaller time frame to make a decision, for example, rights issue. So I have done many rights issue through Standard Chartered Bank. The process is the bank will send you a letter and then you have to call their hotline and tell them what are the actions that you want to take, whether you want to subscribe to your entitled units, whether you want to apply for access units, and they have a relatively shorter timeline than CDP brokers. And let's say if you're overseas and unable to make the call because you're busy or you're out of reach, you will just miss your opportunity to apply for access rights, so that's quite dangerous. But of course, corporate actions are free under Standard Chartered Custodian Bank, so you save a little bit of corporate action fees. And another bad thing about Standard Chartered Bank is you need to actually transfer the cash from your bank account to the trading account to actually fund your trade orders. Unlike DBS Bank where you can link directly to the bank account, you actually have to do the manual transfer to it. So this takes up some time. For example, last time I have to transfer my main funds from DBS Bank to a Standard Chartered Bank account and then transfer the cash from my Standard Chartered Bank account to my Standard Chartered online trading account. Imagine the time and process it takes. There are also no free live prices on the Standard Chartered mobile trading app, so you cannot monitor the live prices. But all in all, I believe Standard Chartered online trading app has helped me many times along the years and I'm quite pleased with their service. But until I use the next broker, then I discovered that I don't have to use Standard Chartered trading app anymore. Which brings me to my third broker, Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers have been relatively popular, especially since 2020 because of their cheap brokerage rates. And how cheap are we talking about? That will be 35 cents for US trades, $1.99 for London Stock Exchange trades, and 250 Singapore dollars for SGX trades. Now that is if you are under the tiered commission program, which I strongly recommend rather than the fixed commission program. So if you have Interactive Brokers, highly recommend you to switch to the tiered commission program, and they have a relatively good mobile trading app that does most of the things that you need it to do. For corporate actions such as rights issue and preferential offer, they can be done on the internet side of Interactive Brokers, but I haven't talked about the most attractive benefits of using Interactive Brokers. That is the spot FX conversion rate. Interactive Brokers hands down have the best exchange rates if you want to convert to foreign currency or foreign currency to local currency. You can see that Interactive Brokers actually offer as close as the Google Spot FX rate. So that means you incur very low foreign currency transaction fees when you're exchanging currency from USD to SGD or SGD to USD. Not only that, they also have a very affordable margin rate. That means if you do not have the cash to fund that investment, Interactive Brokers can lend you money at a rate of 1.6%. Now that's for IBKR US, but if you're on IBKR SG, that will be 2.6% of margin rate, which is still relatively attractive, especially if you compare with other brokers which are charging 4% to 5% per annum. Also, most recently, Interactive Brokers have actually removed the $10 monthly inactivity fee. So in the past, they used to charge $10 if your assets under management in Interactive Brokers is less than 100k USD every month, but now they don't charge these fees anymore. That means that you can essentially trade even if you have a portfolio below 100k USD, and you will enjoy that very attractive commission rates. Of course, there's a bad thing about Interactive Brokers is there is a learning curve in order to use the app and the internet site, because there's too many options to choose from, especially when you compare to the more recent brokers such as Tiger Brokers and Moomoo Brokers. Interactive Brokers is a step higher, but all in all, once you have get used to the platform, I believe it's relatively easy to navigate. Also, there is only one free cash withdrawal every month, so for your subsequent withdrawal, you will be charged a fee. And for Interactive Brokers, there is also no free live prices as well, so you cannot monitor the live price of the stock at that time. But Interactive Brokers is still my most used broker right now because of the attractive rates that they offer and also the good FX conversion. So if you want to apply for Interactive Brokers, I have a referral link down below. I'll put it in the description as well as the comments. Okay, next up, let's talk about Tiger Brokers. Most of you actually know about Tiger Brokers when they offer the free Apple share this year, right? In fact, I started using Tiger Brokers since 2020 when they just launched it in Singapore. At that point in time last year, no other brokers actually offered free live prices, and Tiger is one of the first mobile broker that actually does that. So the brokerage fee of Tiger is as follows. They are charging 0.005 per share or minimum $1.99 USD for US stocks and 0.08% with no minimum commission for SGX stocks. It was the first mobile broker in 2020 to offer live prices for free and also come with affordable brokerage rates. Not only that, the user experience on the mobile trading app is insanely good. It's fast, provides lots of information and company data, and also relatively easy to use for beginners. That's why most of them jumped on Tiger Brokers last year when they launched. And this year is even more attractive to sign up for Tiger Brokers because they are offering one free Apple stock as well as some other stock vouchers. But the bad thing about Tiger Brokers is that for rights issues, especially for Singapore REITs, you are unable to apply for access. You can only apply up to the entitled units. Also, it is slightly more expensive than Interactive Brokers for US trades, using $1.99 versus 35 cents in Interactive Brokers. And Tiger Brokers does not provide live data feed for cryptocurrency. So if you want to trade the price of cryptocurrency, you can't find it in Tiger Brokers. But I still use Tiger Brokers now daily for my live prices. I like to see what the stock doing. And you can use my referral link to sign up for Tiger Brokers below. Link in the description and the comments. Get your free Apple stock right now. Okay, and then the last one I want to talk about is Moomoo Brokers, the newest kid in town. Most of you looking at this video may already have a Moomoo Brokers account, but let's talk about the brokerage rates. So Moomoo is charging $0.054 per share or minimum $1.99 USD for US stocks and 0.06% or $2.49 for SGX stocks. Moomoo Brokers is the most well-rounded brokerage that I can see offering live prices. They have live prices for stocks, ETFs, and even cryptocurrency, so you can track your cryptocurrency price there. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, Dogecoin, everything. And similar to Tiger, they have a very good user experience for the mobile app. You can see that everything is very organized and you can have a lot of data coming from the app. And they were the first brokerage in Singapore that offers so attractive gifts such as a free Apple stock, and then Tiger followed it after. But of course, Moomoo Brokers is also a bit more expensive than Interactive Brokers for US trades, $1.99 versus 35 cents. I think that's not a close fight. But the good thing about Moomoo is you can also get your free Apple stock. So what's stopping you to sign up? Go and use my referral link and get your free Apple stock from there. Alright, so summing up, what is my most preferred broker to use? My own personal pick will be Interactive Brokers because of the good commission rates, the good FX rates, and a relatively good mobile app to do your trades from. For Tiger Brokers and Moomoo Brokers, they are good for signing up gifts as you can get your free Apple stock from them. And you can even do both of them, so you got 2 Apple stocks. So if you don't have any of the mobile trading apps that I listed above, go and sign up. I leave all my referral links down there. It is free. You just need to fulfill a few terms and conditions, deposit money, and they are legit. I can vouch for that because I put my own money where my mouth is, as always. So really, if you have enjoyed this sharing that I have from my own personal experience, do give a like at the bottom of the video below and consider subscribing to my channel for more investing related content. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.